With summer in full swing, things are heating up quick. While the house is insulated, there's always room for improvement, and it seems like there's something constantly going wrong these days. Would you believe that the glass door shattered again? Oh, and let's not forget to mention the surprise that we woke up to on Cody's birthday.
Well, it's not supposed to look like that.
Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
So my recent routine with the girls has been giving them about a scoop of food in the morning and then also giving them our leftovers in the afternoon, and they have been loving it. They love leftover time. So I'll have to see what I can scrounge up in the fridge to give to them tonight, but a big scoop of food should do them just fine this morning. The end of spring, beginning of summer is usually pretty hard on our boys. I did not do a ton of research before getting ducks, and so I encourage you, if you want to get ducks, do your research. But during this time of season, they are, what's the word? This is a family channel, so let me keep it PG. Very driven, and that can cause them to be aggressive towards each other. They are best friends all throughout the year until the end of spring, early summer, and they are each other's worst enemies. So we have to be super careful and make sure that they are in very safe environments, which means barely any water in their pool, inside their closure, supervised swims, and different things like that, just to try to keep the level of aggression down until we get past this season. We definitely want to get girls in the future to, help this out a little bit, but we're just not in the position where we can do that. Hopefully next spring. But because of this, I'm filling up one of the larger kiddie pools that we have, and I'm gonna let them have a supervised swim this morning because it's a beautiful morning. And yeah, this just kind of helps with that aggression, helps them because they are so driven right now. And do your research before you get ducks because they're a handful. See that piece of fuzz he has? I'm gonna put Brennan up in his enclosure, let Dale swim for a bit, switch them, and just do that all day.
Yeah, we got a couple more weeks of this until they're best friends again, unfortunately.
Yeah. We eventually want to get a well and then the boys be able to utilize the big pond, but wells are quite expensive, so we're just not at a point where we're able to go and get that done. There's only one well company or one drilling company out here, and they definitely hold monopoly, so it's quite expensive. But maybe one day this pond will be a duck oasis and we'll be able to get more. Until then, we very rarely let them get in the big pond, and definitely not during mating season, because the last time we did that, they tried to kill each other and I had to get in the pond and break them up. So supervised swims only.
He's just over there goofing. New pool goofing.
Do you want to tell them what's on the agenda for today?
We're waiting. I think we have another day or two before we can get some more dirt delivered for the shop. So we still need to level the ground over there, raise it up a little bit, and do a lot of dirt work. While we're waiting on that, we were really happy with how well the Henry's paint worked on the storage building.
Super.
It really dropped the temperature. It went from being able to cook an egg on the roof without a pan or heat to now you can actually touch it and not burn yourselves. It, I think, was about a 30 to 40 degree difference with it being in direct sun. But how well that worked, I went ahead and prepped the house roof yesterday, and we're gonna start working on that today. But it's wet right now, and my leaf blower broke, and I'm waiting on parts in the mail, and nobody around here sells it for me to go get it. I think we're gonna start with replacing the glass in the sliding glass door again that got broken again.
Cody power washed the roof, which is why there's water up there right now, so we just need it to dry. So like he said, instead, we're gonna be replacing this again. The other day, I was inside laying down. I had a really bad migraine. Cody was out there doing yard work. I literally walked out here, got an ice pack to put on my head. No later than I put my foot inside the bedroom door, I hear it come out here, the entire glass is just shattering again. I look at Cody, I'm like, bro, do you see it? And he's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm like, the door, do you not see it? So yeah, it's completely shattered. It doesn't look like it because we have the blinds down. We can't raise the blinds up. It is way worse than it was last time. So we've been waiting for another one to come in. It finally came in. That's what we're going to be doing, is replacing this. Because we've done it before, hopefully it's a relatively smooth process. This time, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like bowing. It is way worse. I honestly don't know how we've survived it not breaking and falling. We've had several major storms, and I was like, this is going to be the night. It's going to go. It's going to go. We're going to have to pick up glass everywhere. But thankfully, it's held in place. So hopefully when we take it out, it's not going to just shatter everywhere. He puts the duct tape on it, but this one, like I said, is bowing, so it's a little bit more fragile than last time.
Yep.
Get dogs, they said. It would be fun, they said. Everything is always so muddy because of you.
Now I need to pull that tape off.
Number one, let's get this dog toy out of here. Right here. Flip it up. We're watching our own tutorial video to figure out how to do this because it's been so long. Has it been a year? What did it say?
9 months ago.
Dang, couldn't even get through a full year. It's probably gonna be way worse than the other one, so I know Maya's on the couch, but you should probably put her in the bedroom or something. I put Rocky in the crate. The dogs are hardly ever locked up, and to be honest, I don't really like locking them up, especially when we're home. However, with this, I just really don't want them to get hurt, so. Cody's going to do the inside. I'm going to do the outside and just brace the door, and hopefully it doesn't shatter into a million pieces.
I'll tell you when. All right, just stand on the stairs and stick your arm out.
There was like a huge release of pressure and it completely started caving in.
If you have to, like this panel's still solid, so you can still brace it from falling, you know what I'm saying? But if it like starts to fall on you, get out of the way, obviously. You're good.
Not good. It's okay. I'll just clean up the yard. It's falling apart. I mean, look at that. I can see the blinds. That's how bad it is. I'm gonna have to like shot back the actual ground outside.
That's what I planned on, honestly.
All right, Cody's gonna clean up all of the excess glue that kind of just spewed out once we put the glass in place, and I'm gonna pick up all of the garbage on the ground, so we'll see in a second.
The next thing we're going to be doing is coating the roof. However, I went up there like 5 minutes ago and touched it and went, ah. So I don't think we're going to be able to get up there anytime soon. Luckily, the clouds just came out. So
hopefully it'll cool
if it stays cloudy and we can get it down at least below 140, then we can coat it. But if it's above 140, then it's too hot to be able to coat it.
Unlike the containers up at the container shop, they are in the shade a majority of the day, so it's not a big deal to really go up there and work on them. However, our house is in the sun a majority of the day, which means it is really, really hot and we don't want to get burned. So I think we're just gonna sit right here and cool off and just hang out until either the sun goes down, it's cloudy for a majority of the time, or just really until it cools off a bit, so that way we can get up there and do that.
Yeah, it's really a double-edged sword because we need it to be sunny and like the sun to be out to be able to coat it so it can cure. But if the sun is on the container, then it's way too hot to be up there and too hot to be able to paint it.
Yeah.
So we have to find like that perfect sweet spot.
Yeah, so we'll see in a little bit. Quick though, since it has been just a bit, I'm gonna go ahead and let Brennan out to go swim. Hello, Bren. Let's go swim. We put a little ramp out for them earlier. All right, it is a new day. Just to give you a little background, last night one of our friends, their AC went out in their work truck, so we went into town to help them out, and then we got food and other things, and by the time we
it
got
actually
home,
worked
it was
out
dark.
perfect because they were putting out some sod at one of our friends' house. So I basically exchanged fixing their AC in their van for a bunch of free sod, and the dogs are loving it. Maya's out there laying in it right now.
Y'all. That's what we ended up doing last night, so we really didn't get a ton up here. We're trying to beat the sun this morning. I think it's what, like 10:30?
Yep.
We just don't really get a lot of coverage over the house.
We have like a really small window to do this because it dewed last night, so there was condensation on the roof. So we had to wait for the sun to hit the roof to be able to dry it. But within like 20 or 30 minutes of the sun being on the roof, it just heats the roof up so quickly. And once it gets past 140, we can't paint it or coat it anymore. So we have a very small window of opportunity to be able to work.
Well, you better get back to it, baby.
So I don't know if y'all remember, but we spray painted the roof white, I don't know, probably a year or two ago, and did not work very well. The roof just gets so hot that I think it kind of just baked the paint off. It's flaked a lot, and it didn't do anything as far as heat mitigation goes. But after covering the storage building with the Henry's elastomeric paint, it made probably a 40 to 50 degree difference on the temperature on the roof and inside the building. So we're like, we have to do it on the house next. We're in a pretty big heat wave right now, and the AC has been working overtime trying to keep up. So I think if we can get that roof temperature down, it should make a big difference on it being able to keep up with it. So right now I'm just kind of priming. Oh, there's some water there. I'm just kind of priming all this surface rust that built up a little bit. It's perfectly normal for containers to rust. They're actually kind of designed that way. It's weird, but they will create a surface rust, and that surface rust prevents it from rusting any farther. So it's kind of weird. It's just a different type of metal that is more expensive. You don't typically see it in anything else besides like shipping containers. So we've used this rust paint before. We've prepped it. Actually, you can see on the storage building over there right now, there's some on the side of it, and it actually works really well. It covers up the rust and stops it from continuing to rust. So like on the storage building, the spots that we primered on there, I did it probably 2 or 3 years ago now, and just primered with this, nothing else, no top coat, no nothing. And it's still holding up great, hasn't rusted through or anything like that. We're gonna go ahead and prep it with this the rest of the way, and we're ready to coat it. Too late. 152.
Really hard to hear him, but he said that we're too late. It's 1:52, which means now we're gonna have to wait until the afternoon when the sun goes down a little bit and there's more shade to be able to paint. So at least he got all of the prepping done this morning and got all of the rust paint on, so we can just get right into paint. But that kind of does suck a little bit. It's really not even that late in the day. It's probably,
no, it's only 11 o'clock, but as soon as that sun hits the metal, it's over.
yeah. We have everything ready for whenever it is time to paint, so I guess I'll just get some editing done. We do have a couple errands we need to run. I have a Walmart pickup that I made for the middle of the day, because the middle of the day we usually have to come inside because it's so freaking hot and unbearable, so I figure we'll do our errands then. But we also need to go to the feed store and get chicken food, and it's Cody's birthday tomorrow. So I'm making him a lasagna, so we have to go get groceries in the Walmart pickup. You wanna tell them how old you're gonna be?
Isn't it great how lasagna is my favorite meal and it's 100 degrees this week?
I know. I'm also gonna make him a cookie cake, so I can put that in the fridge. And
We're gonna have to eat dinner at like 10 o'clock at night when it's nice and cool.
You wanna tell them how old you're gonna be?
No.
Why? Everybody thinks that we're so young, so I think it would be shocking to them.
Man, I hate my birthday because it's like just a reminder of, oh, one less year.
Oh, you can't think like that. Leave down in the comments how old you guys think that we are, because I feel like it's always such a, like, some people think that we're 16, some people think I'm freaking 12. Some people think we're 16, and then other people think that we're like, I don't know, like 35, and then we get some in the middle. So leave in the comments how old you think that we are. But anyways, I guess we're gonna run errands, do all that good stuff. Just wait again until the containers are cool. I feel like that's our current battle, is the sun's so freaking hot, it makes it miserable.
Yeah, it's such a small window. We need the sun to be able to cure the paint, but the sun heats up the roof too much, so then we can't paint. Like, it's just a double-edged sword.
And then like we got up, I think, what, around 7:30 this morning, and there was so much dew on the top of the containers, we couldn't do anything with it. We had to wait for it to dry. So it's like trying to wait for there to be enough sun for the containers to dry, but not too much sun so it's not too hot. I think honestly just working in the afternoon is going to be our best bet for this kind of project.
Yeah.
So, all right, see you in a little bit. I forgot that we were getting a dump truck of dirt today, so I'm guiding him to where he needs to drop it. And man, a girl needs to do some cardio. I'm tired. Okay, I just woke up, so I'm looking a little wild. It's Cody's birthday, so I'm letting him sleep in, but let's decorate the house a little bit for his birthday. We have to be quiet because he's a light sleeper. This is not a quiet task. Okay, I just need to make him his coffee and then wake him up. Really quick, somebody commented the other day when we were doing like an ad in the morning time, and they were like, it's funny that you did an ad in the morning and said it was the morning, but it was actually 4:32. It wasn't, it was the morning. You can't trust the clocks in our house. So this says 9:07. The stove says 3:24, and my phone says it's 9:39, I think is what I looked before I started this clip. On occasion, our power goes out, or he'll switch the settings or something, and it'll like go out for just a second. And I got tired of keeping up with all of the clocks, so I don't do that anymore. You cannot trust a clock in our house. All right, banner's done, balloons are done, coffee is made. I'm going to go lay down and wait for him to wake up naturally. He never gets the opportunity to sleep in, so I'm gonna let him sleep in as long as he wants. And then we'll get up and get our day going.
All right,
okay.
Let's see how the roof turned out. Well, it's not supposed to look like that.